Hello everyone, my name is Aksana and this video is about Karmic Tail 21-10-16. So just a few words, the Karmic Tail consists of three energies. The one that is located on the very bottom is the main energy of the Karmic Tail, so that's your main task. And at the early age in your life, most likely all three energies were or are still in disbalance. So I'll go over the characteristics of these energies when they're disbalanced, common life scenarios, and recommendations how to bring them on a higher level, and potential of this karmic tail, because each karmic tail has tremendous potential. And our goal is to unlock that potential so that we feel happier in our lives. All right, so with 21st energy, the main characteristics of this balanced 21st energy are problematic relationships with the world. 21st energy is the energy of expansion energy, it's called the world. So, very often, people with 21st energy, when it's on a lower level, they have a desire to hide from the world, to lock themselves up in the, at home, not to not to meet new people. They usually very critical towards everyone and everything. They may seem lots of weaknesses in people. They focus on their negative characteristics. They reject and don't accept people of it could be certain race or nationality or based on their religion. So they basically don't accept different cultures, or it can be just a group of other people, maybe who, I don't know, who have a hobby that they don't like. So it's a lot of unacceptance toward the world, toward people. If failures or problems happen, you may have a tendency to blame others. It could be government, it could be, system you live in, neighbors, or maybe your boss at work or anything. There's always somebody who you trying to transfer responsibility onto. And overall, it's just unhappy with what you have, what you've got, desire to have more, a lack of appreciation for what you've got. With tense energy, and again, these are very short list of characteristics. Of course, each energy have so much more. It's just this video is more about karmic tail, so I don't want to spend too much time on each energy. But just a short overview, with tense energy being imbalanced, there are usually two extremes. It's either living in constant tension, worrying about something too much, not being able to kind of like let go, and not enjoying life, or struggling a lot, thinking that happy life can only happen when you're working hard, and basically happy life meaning working too much and not enjoying it. The second extreme would be laziness, procrastination, waiting for a perfect moment, waiting for someone's support, or kind of like a push from somebody, being dependent on others. It also may give pessimistic attitudes and negative emotions. And with 16th energy, which is the most important in this for this karmic tail, 16th energy, it's an energy of spiritual awakening. It's also, on the negative side, it's an energy of destruction. So it's a very powerful energy, but the power of this energy is very different from, let's say, 11th energy, right? That I spoke about in another video. So because they're both powerful, they both will give leadership skills, but 16th energy is more powerful on kind of like a mental level. It's not powerful of meaning you can do a lot more than other people at a certain time, but it's more of power to process lots of information, It's power of overcome obstacles. It's that power, like inner strength, that more like a spiritual strength. And also, I would like to mention that if you have this karmic tail in your matrix, that means that fifth energy is in the center of your matrix. And when we, the other slide, I will mention about the fifth energy. All right, so 16th energy, it's so that tremendous amount of energy, of that strength that you do have, it's looking for an outlet. And if you don't choose to give an outlet in a constructive way, constructive channel, this energy will spill out in the form of aggression, destroying anything on the way. And basically, what happens when you're, let's say, you're not happy how things are going, that unsatisfaction is being collected, and at one point it just bursts out. And at that moment, the aggression is so powerful that you can destroy on a physical level, or destroy with your powerful words. Basically, let's say destroying relationship as an example. So this balanced 16th energy will give that impulsiveness. Also, it gives forcing your will when you want to do exactly the way you planned, exactly the way you decided. And if somebody, and fifth energy will add a little bit into that, because if so, you have fifth energy in center, and if it also disbalanced, it will give that situations when you're very so you're being very conservative in your opinion. So once opinion is built, you think it's part of you, and you don't accept any other opinion. So there are two opinions, just yours and the wrong one. And so this will also add that. And plus, if you combine that with the power of 16th energy, so you have your opinion, you have your will, and you think this is the only right thing of doing something. The other characteristic of this balanced 16th energy is not accepting anything related to spirituality. And I will mention about this a little bit later. And also, there could be too much of an attachment to material things. So when we combine all those three energies, the common negative scenarios are lack of trust to the world, to people, negative attitudes towards specific groups based, like I mentioned before, based on nationality or race or people's interests or their culture, focus on imperfections of others, lack of respect, rudeness, and emotional abuse. It's being skeptical to anything related to spirituality, considering yourself as a realist, thinking that anything you have achieved is solely your accomplishment, and not giving credit to anyone else, not giving even and because anything spiritual is not being accepted, there is no appreciation to the higher power helping you in the process of achieving something. I also noticed, and like I mentioned before, this is a very rare karmic tale, so I don't have too many examples in my life. But often people are raised in the family where it's either their parents are either atheists and they don't accept anything spiritual, or in the family where one or both parents are fanatically religious. And if you combine that 21 with 16, so both of these scenarios, not accepting or being too religious, they're putting restrictions on your beliefs. So basically, if you were brought up in a family where those restrictions happen, this situation don't help you to kind of turn your focus on spiritual, And it gives that restrictions where you see that you either following what your parents are or being atheist, or you just look at, okay, these are so religious people and they're still not happy, let's say, right? So it also kind of like turn you off from being interested in anything spiritual. And another not another scenario, but kind of like what often happens is that you're trying, you have the energy, you have ideas that fifth energy would give you, in the center. You're always open to something new. You learn a lot, you can process lots of information, and you're trying hard to get successful in material world. From early age you may feel like there is something special about you, like you're not like other people. You have I wouldn't say more talents, but you kind of feel strengths inside you. And so you trying to succeed, trying to kind of like put yourself higher than others. And you trying so much to succeed in the material world, to gain that power, that you waste lots of energy on that. But the truth about 16th energy is that anything that you are getting too much attached, it's being destroyed, whether it would be business, house, relationships. 16th energy is about spiritual awakening. If, let's say, by age 40, you don't turn into spirituality, you don't admit that there is higher power above us all, harsh events start to happen. I'm not saying that they will start at age 40, but the events will become heavier and heavier as you get older. And if you're still following your false beliefs that everything you do is solely your accomplishment, is solely your talents, that you can basically push your will on others, you can force it, you can anything you planned have to happen, otherwise you'll be furious, right? So if there is no spiritual growth, no spiritual awakening happening, if you're not leaning towards wisdom, those events will become even heavier and heavier. That could be serious illnesses of your own or your loved ones, severe losses, financial crisis, lots of stress, or let's say losing businesses. And you're good with starting something new. So, like I said, by around age 40, if you look back, there are so many things you try to do, but somehow, for some reason, they're all unsuccessful. So, and you need to understand that all of those events are happening just to shift your focus from material things to spiritual growth. And it's important to understand that there is nothing wrong with enjoying material things. There is nothing wrong with that. However, if you put, your success, profit, on as the only priority in your life, the life will turn into not so pleasant way. And also, I mentioned that usually people with 16th energy and karmic tail, they don't accept anything spiritual. And obviously, if you're listening to this video, it's not your story. So I'm glad that you came to listen to about your karmic tail. And that means you're already focusing your eyes onto something more than just success in the material world. So the main recommendation to bring the 16th energy in balance is to have high moral principles as a minimum, and maximum is striving to self-knowledge, to wisdom and spiritual growth. There are only two ways: either to have a very hard life full of losses and destruction, or turn your focus onto spirituality. Another recommendation would be, and this is to to keep your 21st energy balanced is to avoid being involved in any activity that is being harmful to mankind or any living things. If you are making business, you shouldn't deal with weapons, with drugs, tobacco, or alcohol products, any drugs and substances harmful to health or to ecosystem. That would be even meat processing plants and things like that. Also, check your perception of people and perception of the world in general. Be respectful to people and respect the planet as well. Take responsibility for your own mistakes and failures. Avoid bragging about challenges and struggles that you went through. And 16th energies, your life will be full of those struggles, with those losses. So this is only for you to gain that experience, so later on you can become an example for other people. So, but you need to share your tough experiences only when it helps other people. So let's say if somebody comes to you and start complaining about their hard situations, and you go, oh my dear, this is nothing, listen what happened to me 5 years ago, just know that this is your ego is speaking right now. Your task is to try to help person, not to minimize their problems. Understand that your strengths, your inner strengths, would be way different than theirs. So their problem may be very tough for them, but they could be nothing for you. And so focusing on spirituality and spiritual growth is important. But at minimum, if you're doing business, let's say, don't get attached to the results too much. And it's not only about like your possessions, let's say, it could also be your relationships, your even schedules. If you schedule something, don't think, okay, this is the only day we can, this is the due date, and this is the only day we can do that. If not, it would be, the world will just come to the end. If you start to getting attached too much, even to the schedule, most likely something will go wrong. So don't be too strict, too forceful with your will. Just understand that compared to higher power, we're kind of nothing. And at the same time, if we cooperate with higher power, then we can do so much, and then we're so powerful. And so when you, like I mentioned, if you, let's say, create a business, uh, make sure that profit isn't the only goal. Make sure that you have higher ideas behind what you do. So benefits to people and to the world should always be first priority. Also, if you feel you have so much tension inside and you're ready to destroy something, you have that desire, check your inner state, because balanced 16th energy gives that ability to build something new and to destroy something old that is not working anymore. But it comes from that just inner insight, that calm thoughts, that calm reflection. It starts from lots of thinking. When you come inside and you understand, okay, this is came to the end, and it's time to build something new. However, if you have that desire to destroy, and that desire comes from desperation and from inner aggression, then you just need to stop and think twice, because that means that your 16 energy came to a disbalance. And so once all these energies are in a good balanced position, what does it mean? That means that you're optimistic in nature, you're socially engaged, You're going through lives with ease. You enjoy life. You know how to relax. You don't worry too much about things that you don't have control over. You're doing what you love. You're being inspired by what you do, and just overall being happy and have a happy life. When 21st energy is balanced, those people are true peacemakers. They can resolve any conflict. They have a good negotiation skills. They When they travel or when they move somewhere, they easily adjust to new places, new climate, new culture. They accept and being tolerant to all people, regardless of their religion, their nationality, race, and things, and etc. So they thinking globally, they contributing to mankind, to ecology. They're traveling a lot, appreciate what they have. And also, just to mention, one of the signs would be that 21st energy is still in disbalance is when you have any restrictions of traveling, like something happens and you cannot travel. Either something happens with transportation or with documents or anything that can happen. And so when 16th energy is on a positive and a balanced level, you have a strong spirit, body, and your nerves are as steel. You can overcome any obstacles, and anything happens, you just take it with wisdom, and you do have that wisdom as a potential as inside of you. You have those knowledge. So your task is to bring that knowledge to other people, and you do have those healing abilities, psychological skills. You're a very good observer. You can just observe people and you understand what's going on. You can and you do. So if you focus not on observing weaknesses of other people, but turn your focus on how you can help with all of your experience that you paid a very high price for, how you can use all of your experience to help others. You do have that, you can wake people to spirituality as well. You do have that strength to build something new and better in place of something that needs to be that ready to end. And before I summarize all this, just understand that with 16th energy as your main task, as one of the main tasks in your life, you need to share your knowledge, that inner wisdom, inner knowledge. You can be a good psychologist. It doesn't mean you have to work as psychologist, but you can be just natural psychologist to other people. Be that spiritual leader. And in case if you already shifted your focus on spirituality and you're going in that direction, but you still may have those restricting thoughts, and that's what 21st energy, disbalanced 21st energy can give you, those restrictions inside of you. So you may think, oh, nobody needs those knowledge, or who would be interested, or maybe you are worried about what people will do within if you share your knowledge with them. So just don't let those restrictions, thoughts to stop you. Understand that if you share your knowledge, if you share your wisdom, it's not your responsibility of what others may or may not do with that knowledge. Your task is to be that light, that lighthouse for the lost ships. To be that, and this is your potential. So I'll summarize that the potential of this karmic tail is being a spiritual leader, transforming your own mindset and attitudes towards the world, unlocking inner strengths that can overcome anything, and guiding others to wisdom and spiritual awakening. Communicating with people equally, seeing divine spark in every soul, possess material things but not being attached to them, If you shift your focus on spirituality and you start sharing your experience with others, what you can expect is that you can expect lots of help and lots of guidance from the higher power. Things will just magically turn the way you need them to be. So you'll be a true master of your life. And also, as a reward, the harmony, peace, and happiness will become normal features of your life. And this is all for this karmic tail. If you do have this karmic tail in your metrics, please share your thoughts, your observations. Let me know how it resonates with you. I would love to hear your stories. And this is all for this karmic tale. I hope you like this video, and I wish you a wonderful day and see you next time.